Aquarius.
Hello Aquarius, this is your astrological forecast for December 2016 and last month here in November. I can see how you're really taking out all your energy in your career sector, but this month it's more your focus now is going to be upon groups and friends and hopes and dreams and wishes and so forth. So expect a pretty busy month coming up for you. Major decisions too later on in the month that will be coming to the forefront. We have a month where we're going to be re-encountering Mercury retrograde too, since Mercury now is also in that 11th house for your hopes and dreams and groups and friendships, that kind of associations, networks and so forth. You will come to have an extended period of time to focus and work with this. Now it will go into your 12th and move back into your 11th house, giving you all that extra time to tweak and fine-tune those things that could be important, especially for social media and that kind of thing here, Aquarius. Now Mercury will go retrograde on the 19th and straight through January 8th, and of course then when it turns direct it will still be in your 11th house, taking some time to speed up, so you will have a long time in this 11th house. Make it work for you. Anything that has to do with the internet could really behoove you now at this time if you really focus and make it work to its best potential. Then we have Venus. Let's talk about Venus, 12th house. So you've been internalizing a little bit what has to do with your emotions here, and pretty much also been looking at what is important to you. There's been some transformational states going on there. Last leg there of November, which was really powerful for you, but also brought some clarity to the forefront. And so as the month starts out, it is still there in your 12th house, but will be moving rapidly out of this sign of Capricorn into Aquarius, which is your sign. And let me tell you though, when Venus is in that first house, this is when we emit and transmit that Venusian energy, which is so attractive. So expect to be, you know, the center of attention for the length of this transit. Mars is already in your sign. I think that you've been feeling that extra oomph of energy that you had there in November. This is following through here in December as well. And so when Mars comes around here to your sign, it happens once every 2 years, right? And being in the first house, well, that is the energy that goes out to the world. So you're more energetic, you're very aligned with the things, the projects that you are working on, and you're able to communicate too very well those thoughts, ideas, and sometimes you Aquarians come up with the most genius ideas. This would be the time while Mars is here for you to bring them up and out to the world. So I'm thinking this is a very excited period for you, as everything is between your 11th, 12th, and 1st house. That is where the majority of energy is working, and more is coming in as the Sun, Mercury, and Venus also will be crossing your ascendants now when we come into January. More on that for the next month's reading. But yeah, you are definitely been getting your horses or your ducks in a row, as they say, and ready to up and go. Now, we have a whole list of beautiful aspects here in December. I don't really see a lot of challenges at all. We have trines, we've got sextiles, all of these planetary energies coming together to celebrate one and another. And this for you is all about bringing that to the forefront of what it is you so desire, Aquarius. So let's start top of the month. We have Mars, your drive and ambition, coming into that beautiful trine to Jupiter. Jupiter expands everything. If you're starting a new project, a new job, anything here now, it's prompted with these prime energies here, which will ensure that you will have success in your undertakings. And let me explain why too, though, because this whole first week of December, Mars is aligned not just to Jupiter, but also to Saturn, which gives it grounding, roots, security, ensuring that things will be safe and secure for the long run. It's not just a fly-by-night thing. Sometimes opportunities can come and go so fast we didn't even notice them, right? But this, whatever opportunity, will come and stick around if you choose to accept it. It might even surprise you here on the 6th when Mars and Uranus get together. Uranus being in your 3rd house, so it's coming through communication. But Saturn here in your 11th house on the 3rd is coming from a group or an organization. Could even be through a friend. So pay attention to those things. That first week is absolutely fantastic. Mercury is still not retrograde, right? So anything you're initiating right now, you're still good to go. On the 9th, we have the Sun and Jupiter sextile. And again, energy that gives you lift. So spread your wings and take what Jupiter is giving you out of its generosity right now, because on the 10th, whatever communication you have that has to do with your future desire, plans, your vision, Neptune, right, coming in, you can communicate this in excellency, as Mercury is very well aligned to Neptune, so it's not muddled, it's very clear, and also given the extra energy here from both the Sun and Saturn, which is conjunct, means that you can really have a case in hand here and have success already pretty much on the very same day, right? So circle in the 10th here as a fantastic, both the 9th and 10th, for that initiation. Then we have the 11th, the Sun and Uranus, a day for surprises, the unexpected, and it's good surprises in that sense. There is a trine that's 120 degrees aspect, and I feel that you could come to hear news this day, because since Uranus is in your 3rd house for communication, that could come maybe from a friend, might come from a group or an organization. Whatever the deal is, I see that you have a big smile, big grin on your face here. Then things are going to slow down pretty much until Christmas Eve. Not many transits at all. If you've done really well, you would be done with your Christmas shopping by the 11th, so that you can have the luxury of feeling that there's no pressure, there's no rush, needing to run around last moment, and also carrying in mind that Mercury does go retrograde on the 19th, so we definitely don't want last minute shopping this year, because then we can get all those funky gifts, right? If you have it done by the 11th to 15th, you should be in a very, very good place, and then you can breathe. No stress, no nothing. We have no challenges, like I said, this month, not at least in any big ways. And then we have on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, which is Christmas celebrated elsewhere in the world. And we have Saturn and Uranus in a beautiful trine. That means harmony. Now, Saturn rules old traditional ways. Uranus is all the unconventional new ways. So we have a fusion. This Christmas, we might just see that we're implementing more of the Uranian ways of celebration, but still leaning on the old traditional. So I think it's going to be a great balance here between the two. Then coming into the 25th, and this is Christmas Day. This is celebrated in the U.S., and we have 3 beautiful aspects here with Venus. Couldn't be better. It's love, it's harmony, it's family, it's romantic, and it's also the things that we hold close to heart. It also rules gifts and so forth. So Venus here is receiving a trine to Jupiter. So I'm seeing that the gifts might just be absolutely on the high end this year. Jupiter is very giving and expanding whatever it is that you thought that you would be doing. Generous, lots of generosity here. And then there is a surprise from Uranus coming in, beautiful sextile, unexpected, so it's not just the gift itself. There could definitely be something being said, shared, or done I typically like to see these when there's weddings, proposals, and so forth. So some of you might get that big surprise here on the 25th of all times. This Saturn, whatever it is it's trying to do, as far as a surprise, it has longevity tagged onto it. And that is Saturn, because Venus is also in a beautiful aspect to Saturn, which wants to secure it, make it last forever. And this is why I'm saying, I mean, as far as proposals or wedding energy, those of you going for it here this year, this would be the time to do so. But for family and just the joy, as opposed to Thanksgiving had a little bit iffy transits, it was a little bit more challenged, but Christmas does not have it. So it is all just good, and it is love. On the 26th, Jupiter and Uranus, they are opposed. Jupiter expands everything it touches. It might have expanded our waistlines with all the good food of this generosity that we see here, that it's had here for Christmas. It might just want to take a little break from it all. Some of you might just want to fast, and that is the opposition to Uranus, where Uranus is saying it's enough already, right? So, but it's good to relax on the 26th and do so because you're kicking into action here, Aquarius, on the 27th with Mercury and the Sun conjunct. There could be new agreements coming in. There could be a very important communication coming in as well. And Mercury is wanting to kick into action because Mars is lining up with Mercury. So the 27th is a day where you're up, not just up and going, but up and running. Very busy day, but it feels good to be active after a few days where you've just been wanting to lean back, right? Then, of course, we have that new moon on the 28th in the sign of Capricorn. For you, that new moon here, Aquarius, is in your 12th house. This is the day we put down intentions. And since it's the 12th house where we pull back a little bit more into our inner selves, your intentions this day would pretty much be focusing on exactly that, where it's you reminding yourself that in an otherwise very hectic daily life throughout the year, that it is important to have a little me time. So promise yourself that you'll be good about that in the oncoming year, because the new moon won't give you this benefit before a whole another 12 months from now, right? But having that said, that is a day of intentions. But then here, as we're coming into New Year, on the 30th, I feel that you're so aligned with your ideal mind, your higher mind, that's Neptune, for visions that you're holding of what you're wanting to accomplish in 2017. And that carries over to Mars taking action on the 31st. So first here's your vision, then comes action on the 31st, aligning with Neptune in a conjunction, meaning they're sharing the very same degree on the sky, and this brings you into prompting, not just thinking, not just envisioning, but actually starting off, taking the first steps towards this vision on the 31st, carrying it over into January 1st, and I'll explain more about that as we speak about your New Year's forecast for 2017, where we go through month by month, and you will see what that Mars could really bring magic to the table for you if you follow through on it. So listen, this is what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you for following through 2016. Thank you for liking and sharing, and I'll be back with your New Year's forecast in just a little bit.